of course, we always have some fun, some sound video. We're gonna have a lot of that too. A lot of fun stats. We're gonna talk war and more, but first we are gonna hear a word from our president about the situation there, Tom. That's in Cleveland.
I think it's they changed the name of the Cleveland Indians. Why would you take the name Indians off the Cleveland Indians? And now it's called the Cleveland something else. Guardians. Right? Guardians. It just doesn't make sense to me. So we're about bringing common sense back to this country. And it may be popular or unpopular what I'm saying and I've just said to you. He's a nice guy. He got a lot out of me on this one, but I think most people agree with me. I think it really is demeaning to Indians. But to change the name of the Cleveland Indians, as an example, to the Cleveland Guardians is not the same. And I'm sure it has.
So he's on your side, Tom. You got the president of the United States involved in the Guardians name. We'll be back in a minute, ktcbroadcasting.com.
And we're back on Saturday Morning Sports Talk with Kevin and the gang. Kevin's laughing about something. He's laughing like the joke.
All right.
Oh, gracious.
Because I just set Chip up.
How?
We're talking baseball. Yeah, exactly. Oh, baseball. So this week, Monday, I took a little trip to Atlanta to see. We went. Calvin went as well, and the kids went to see the Cardinals and Braves. Few comments on everything. Brave Stadium, Truist Park. Chip, what color are the seats at Yankee Stadium?
They're like or navy or dark blue, like Yankee. Or
Terry, what color are the seats at Royal Stadium? Do you know?
Like a light blue, like the color of
Cardinal Stadium's red.
Yeah.
Let me guess. Keep going.
The walls are in St. Louis. The walls are green. A lot of what's the stadium colors in New York? Are they blue or?
A lot of it's gotten like concrete gray.
So I'm in Atlanta. All the seats, all the walls, everything is green.
Okay, well, that's what I didn't think that was where you were going with it.
It's green. So like you're sitting in the stadium. So if there's any empty seats, because most of the fans are wearing what color? Navy or red.
Right.
And the Cardinals fans are wearing red, or Carolina, or the baby blue to differentiate.
Yeah.
So when there's nobody in the seats, you see a sea of green. Guys, I swear that stadium, 90% unfilled 15 minutes before the games.
Wow.
I'm talking people would sit down next to us in the third inning. There was a group of a family of 6, 3 kids under 5, come in the middle of the third inning of the third game and left in the 6th. We were sitting next to the dugout. How much do you think those tickets and time cost for them to and they bought the tickets for the little children too. They were using seats. It's not like they were there for free. So the amount of money and time and people can just waste that people can just waste like that.
Yeah.
Blows my mind in some instances. How like you can sit there and we got to the ballpark early. We're trying to get balls. That's a little bit different.
Yeah.
But we're making sure we're there early. We're seeing the first pitch. How do you get to a major league game in the third inning and leave in the 6th and 7th? And I saw that a lot of people. I'm not saying just Braves fans, right? I'm just saying people in general just don't care. But the thing about the park thing I was making about the green thing is that to me it's a team thing. Like there is no. I just feel like I was in a random park. I wasn't at Brave Stadium.
Right.
There's a logo up in center field with a big A.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the stadium's not the same color as the team. Like Turner Park was navy blue.
Yeah.
That whole field.
Fulton County Stadium.
Have either one of y'all been to the new one yet?
I've not been.
That's
No,
the third
I
time
haven't.
I've been to it.
Yeah.
But that's just some of my
I'm
comments.
surprised with it being Truist Field that it wasn't purple.
If
That's
you sit-
why I thought you were going with that.
If you sit in the back 10 rows of the lower section, or maybe 15 rows, you're covered from the sun and rain, which is good, right? But you can't see the scoreboard. There's a huge, gigantic scoreboard in the center. You paid whatever you paid to sit at the lower level, and you don't know who's batting. You don't get to see all the fun games. You have to watch a 32 by its TV flat screen in the corner underneath the awning.
Wow.
As opposed to being able to see. Now, that you when you buy a ticket in the outfield, I probably can't see the jumbos to my side, but if you buy a seat on the first base dugout line lower level, you think you're going to be able to see everything going on in the stadium. You can't see nothing above basically the outfield wall. So any of the signs. So looking for where we were setting the first day on Monday, looking for we finding the score, the at bats. I mean the count and everything. They had it on the side scoreboards, but those are the ones that change. Like, hey, this is this company or this is this company, and they change every 30 seconds. So just trying to figure out the score and time a lot of the time was hard.
Got to bring your own book.
Hey, oh, you did.
Some people do that. They do.
Those people that do that. So Cardinals known chokers. Neither one of these teams are any good, by the way. So just going to tell you that. Watching these guys play was trying to see who could lose the best. Nolan Arenado has been questioned by Cardinals fans for his effort and wanting to be traded and everything. You guys, and so we get down to the bottom of or top of the ninth. Both games the Cardinals lost. They were winning the whole game until the end. But here we are on the top of the ninth. The Braves scored in the eighth to go up, just like they did the other game, the Wednesday. Here's Arenado. We got let's see who's on base. I think we got runner on first, down one. We've rallied. We scored 3 runs, Terry. Here's our $200 million man at the plate.
Didn't mean to. That is a fair ball right in front of the plate. What a cruel way to end
Did you
this
see it?
game.
No. We never
A
got
check
to see it.
swing roller stays
Oh,
fair.
because I didn't show the people online.
Yeah.
I didn't switch over, hit the wrong one. All right, let's go.
Place-
For the people watching online.
Didn't mean to. That is a fair ball right in front of the plate. What a cruel way to end this game.
And I can understand him doing it, and then he just wanted to stay. But good job by the
and the
catcher.
Braves survive game 1, Brad, 7-6. Didn't mean to.
He starts, and then he's like, well, I can't run over him.
He hit it a grand total. 8 inches? 10 inches?
Foot,
that
maybe.
happens.
Did it go a foot?
I mean,
We're paying this guy $200 million, Terry. We've rallied. We've got our number one hitter up to the plate, and we check swing an inch and a half. Have you ever seen a Major League Baseball player hit it that far? And then he didn't go nowhere. Didn't do anything. He just looked at the ground. And I'm just like, that we were so embarrassing. Just so embarrassing. The week before, the Braves took out a pitcher with a no-hitter and lost. The Cardinals, Wednesday, 6 innings, no runs, took out the guy, okay? We bring the infield in, Terry, trying to cut off the run. It's nothing. Runners at second and third. We bring the infield in. We got a guy batting who's my size, nobody's ever heard of in their life. New pitcher. Bringing the heat, right? All that. And he gives up a home run in the upper deck.
Oh gosh. Glad you brought the infield
That's
in.
what I'm saying. I'm glad we brought the infield in so he could hit it in the upper deck. It's just ridiculous. The coaching that we do, we change the lineups every day. Everybody's playing a different position everybody's batting in a different position every day. It's the coaching is just horrible. You see the effort. We got our best player doing this crap. Now, the Braves have been in a problem with the hustle of the players. Acuna talking about the other kid that got thrown out at second the other night, saying he would have got taken out. Yeah. Then Osuna, right in front of me in this game of Dad, they hit a ground ball to the first baseman. He don't even run to second. He just stands there and lets them tag him because he knows he's in no man's land. Wow. Didn't attempt to move, Terry. Not that he was like, hey, I gave myself up and kind of jogged. He just stood there and let them walk over and tag him. He got his lead. It was a ground ball to the first baseman, and I swear to God, Osuna just stood there and watched the first base Contreras walk over and tag him. So, like, we talk about this in basketball. At what point do these guys get paid so much where,
oh, yeah, I agree with
we're not
all
even
that.
going to try on
But
all of this.
if a coach would do his job, which he's scared to do that because he's scared he's going to lose his job,
Correct.
is to take him out the next game and don't start him. This is how you're going to learn. And then maybe bring him back the next. But you got to put some kind of stipulation that you got to do something.
All right, I was waiting on Tom when he comes back. There's an umpire call. I wanted on that one. I'll skip over that one. I'll show a couple of pictures from St. Louis. We'll talk a little bit about the stadium here. Not St. Louis, of Atlanta. Here's a question for you guys. At what age are you no longer should be a bat boy
Can be a Batman.
That was my question.
Be Batman. Be
Should
Bat-
it,
it should be
at what
Bat-
age should this say Batman
or Batman
instead of Batboy? And Terry, what age should you not be a Batboy? Should it be like ages 20 to 60? You shouldn't be allowed to be a Batboy. You know, I don't mind the 7-year-old guy sitting down the line. You know, they hit a ground ball to him, he falls, everybody laughs. You know, yeah, hey, well, but this guy's like 30. Wait a minute, I'm about to show you his face. He's got a
JP
James Harden beard.
JP would agree with this. If we're gonna call him Batman, that's not the uniform he needs to be wearing either.
That's what I'm saying. This guy's like, he looks like James Harden wearing a
cape
shirt
and
that
the
says
cow.
Bat Boy. Terry, I have so many problems with this. Do you know? I mean, do you understand my questions? Like,
Yeah, I understand your questions, but also
can we not get
have-
somebody younger than 30?
I would say it need to be somebody. If you're not eligible to be a choir boy, you don't need to be a bat boy either.
Should they not have some type of like or program, Terry? How about a program with local high schools
Okay, I
or
can-
local
Middle-
colleges,
local middle schools,
local
or what?
community colleges where, hey, sign up to be a Braves bat boy. You're under 21. This guy's in his 30s with a James Harden beard out here snagging balls.
could have a disability.
Terry, no, he did not.
I mean,
I
you
was
know what
standing
I'm
there
saying?
talking to him. He did not have no disability.
you know he.
Yeah, he did. He thinks he's a child. That's his disability. He was
He
perfectly
just wants to
fine.
be
He's
part of
walking
the
around
game,
downtown with
man.
that uniform on. That's why he's doing that.
Is that a full-time job? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, this guy, he's got a.
He's got a water. Look at that. He's got a water jug. He's got to stay hydrated.
I know, Terry. Like, how much? How much beer can he fit in that? He's over 21. The Bat Boy's got a keg over here down the third baseline for the Braves. I couldn't get over this. I really couldn't. Now, here's one thing I did want to talk about: the sleaze ball autograph hounds. So, you know, like I said, I'm a St. Louis fan, and here's the thing. So when McGuire was playing back in the day, you would go to these stadiums. They would open the gates 3 hours early, and you would get to see both teams take batting practice.
Mm-hmm.
I told you last summer I went to see the Cardinals. Saw them for 2 days in St. Louis. Didn't get to see them take batting practice once. Got to see the Marlins take batting practice. That was one of the biggest things as a kid is getting to see the players hit the ball in batting practice. The players are throwing balls into the stands, foul balls in the stands. It's so interactive with the kids. I don't know if it's a Major League Baseball thing, but for the most part, from my been to these two, the home team bats before the fans get in the stadium now. The Braves did not bat in 3 days in front of the fans. I was there for 3 days. They did not bat in front of the fans. The Cardinals batted 1 day, skipped the second day. Third day, they just came out and stretched, ran around, and threw some. So, in 6 chances to see batting practice, we saw 1, and it was the Cardinals. So, if you're a Braves fan, why would you go to the park early? What point getting to the park early to pay for a $20 hot dog would you do? So, I don't think they think about some of this stuff as far as the fans go. So the Cardinals fans, we did get to see that they were on the field. So, we go over to where they're at, you know, on their side of the field. Well, mixed up in the group is a bunch of little Braves kids wanting their little autographs too. So, like, Cardinals guys want to help out the Cardinals fans. They're trying to give Cardinals guys, but we're mixed in with the Braves kids. Now, I'm going to complain about the kids being over here, whatever. Kids. But again, your team's over there. If y'all can't get on the field, that's fine. My kids are over here trying to get Cardinal stuff. Don't come over here and say, hey, I'm just a baseball person, whatever. But the sleazeball autograph hunters really pissed me off the other day. One guy shows up with a binder, okay? And he's got every player from the team's card in this binder. And he walks up to me, and the Cardinals don't have their jerseys on, right? And he goes, who are these guys? And I said, St. Louis Cardinals. He goes, well, no crap, I know that. And I was like, well, who are they? He goes, well, who are they? I said, well, I can only recognize a couple of them. They don't have their jerseys. He said, are you not a fan? I was like, yeah. I said, are you? And he goes, well, I'm just trying. I'm here getting some autographs. I was trying to figure out who everybody is. And I said, well, I don't know exactly everybody. I said, so that's one's the pitching coach, whatever. I said, I can't help you. He kind of got pissy about it. Like, I didn't know. I wasn't going to help him out and tell him who the guys were. So, Terry, he stomps around to the other side of the bullpen where they're warming up. And the bullpen is 25 feet high. He starts leaning over the bullpen. Hey, holding his binder out. There's kids everywhere. None of the kids are acting like this. They're just waiting, being kind. He is leaning over in the bullpen with his binder. Hey, guys, y'all sign my binder? I'll drop it down. Here's a pen. He pulls out a bobblehead out of his pocket. hey, sign the bobblehead too. And I'm just sitting there looking at him. And I've got a picture of this jackwagon right here. The guy in the gray right here. This is Mr. Autograph Hound. No kids with him. Nobody else. And so if you see these people at these games, call them out. Because I did this one, and I'm going to show you the one I called out. His sleazeball McGruff over here. You'll know what I'm talking about right there.
They had to
He
start.
looks like a sleaze. His hair's slicked back.
Yeah, they looked the.
You wouldn't let your kid sit nowhere near this guy.
Yeah, they had to. They really had to start enforcing. You know, the PNC, the father child golf tournament that they do in the wintertime.
Mm-hmm.
They had to start enforcing because that's one of the reasons guys like Jack Nicklaus and Gary Player stopped playing it because these guys knew that that's one of the few areas that they would have access to these guys during the week to get autograph, and it became just insane.
So Terry, you're looking down at this group of people. My son is the only Cardinals fan in this group.
Yep,
4 Braves kids, a sleazeball autograph guy, and a Cardinals guy.
rocking the
Guess
Aussie
who's
Smith.
the only one that didn't get an autograph?
Oh,
gosh.
The one in the freaking Cardinals stuff.
How about that?
Sleazeball goes down there and reaches over the kids and hands his thing over the kids. The player's not even looking at it.
Yeah.
And he gets something signed by his. He walks back and says, way to go, dude. You be sleazy. My kid's trying to get an autograph and you're reaching over kids. And he just looked at me and he finally knew I was going to keep talking junk. So he wandered away from there.
Yeah.
But like, you see, that was the group. That's I can't remember which player that was. One of the relief pitchers. I don't know his name, but again, that's some of the things that you're dealing with these things is that these guys like this want autographs to put in their little books and sell in their little stuff, and that's way more important. And I just showed you two that I know just for one day. There he is sitting there next to me. If you're in Atlanta, sleazeball Sam right here is going to try to steal your kids' autographs, and I ain't afraid to call him out on it at all. I did meet some Cardinals fans. It was fun. Terry, that day, pretty much after he left, some folks come standing next to us, and they're wearing Cardinals gear, and one of the guys threw, one of the pitchers threw a baseball to Bell, and I had her glove on. It's not broke in yet, so it comes and rolls. It hits me and rolls out in the group, and the little girl beside us picked it up, and the woman said, "No, that was her ball," and she let my girl have it. I was like, "Thank you. I'm an idiot. Shouldn't have dropped it to begin with," but they're from Hickory.
How about that?
So they're
That's
Cardinals
neat.
fans from Hickory. We talked a little bit about that. They ended up getting some autographs. We backed up and let them get an autograph and get out of their way. But then we met another group. This lady comes down and she's holding Go Cardinals jersey, wearing the Rockford Peaches
Oh,
costume with her daughter, and they've redone all the patches to St. Louis Cardinals patches.
That's cool.
She was originally from St. Louis, but they moved to Atlanta. But she said they were just talking. I didn't get a picture with them. Austin did get to meet Brendan Donovan and get his picture. That's the pitching coach's signature as well.
He played for the Yankees.
Donovan tried to give his he came into the stands and sat in the first row and signed autographs for like 30 minutes and talked to
How
people and
about
took
that?
pictures
That's
of
cool.
people. Austin got in line, but Terry, while he was sitting there waiting on it, Austin like stepped to the side while he was signing it, and Donovan didn't look up. He just handed the helmet back to the next kid in line. Austin lost the, no, that's mine. But he was further down the line, so I didn't get to get the picture. I got a video of Austin running back from there getting it.
Yeah.
But I didn't get the actual picture with Brennan because he was close to the dugout, and I was trying to hold our place down the left field line. So I did get his autograph, the pitching coach's autograph. He was nice. Like I said, I can't say anything about the Braves. Didn't see or talk to any of them. Here's our photo. We were next to the deck. We were like 5 seats over from the Cardinals dugout on Game 3. There goes the bat boy back there. But that's how close. My complaint about the Cardinals right now, they don't use the navy blue hats anymore for road hats. It's all red hats. They use the Cardinal hat for Sunday games. Jordan Walker is a gigantic human being. I don't know if y'all have ever seen, pay attention to him on TV, but I've got a picture of him somewhere in my photos of him standing at home plate. And the umpires are real grown men standing there. He makes them look so small. That I'm telling you guys, that man right there, and he hits the ball so hard.
That's a healthy guy.
But they don't like him because he's a double play machine because he hits it on the ground. And I swear, he hits it so hard. The double plays are easy when they get it. It just boop, boop, and he's halfway down the line. Smokes the ball. If he ever figures out, like, they want him to hit it in the air some when they get it. But he's a monster. Terry, they took him out in the 9th inning against the Braves the other night, or the 8th, whatever it was, and moved our center fielder who's fast as lightning over there, but he ain't got an arm. Guess where the ball went? On the ground and needed to throw home. And Cannon over here sitting on the bench who just got taken out. I swear to God, 2 moments later. Because he got out at first and he walked in the dugout and they moved around the outfield. Cardinals, Mama, he's the office. He's the worst. Tom, I got a call for you here in a little bit. I don't know what this guy's doing. This is during the national anthem. Everybody took their hat off with this guy on the field, but he was taking pictures and high-fiving everybody else that he went walk by. Tom, I was showing some sleazy autograph hunters a minute ago. I don't know if you caught on to those guys. But other than that, like I said, Atlanta, here's what I had for Tom. All right, real quick. There's Calvin and the little ones, and there's the green seats. Terry, I was telling you about. I don't get it. Tom, what's the color of the seats in Progressive? Aren't they navy?
Seems like they're, I don't know. Seems like they're
Are they
red.
green?
Seems like they're red.
Well, still, that would.
So here's you kind of a shot of the sea of green, green, and then the big scoreboard you can't see if you're in the back section of it, but it is a nice scoreboard. Good job. I like everything they did. How about this? You could buy a boot of beer. Atlanta Braves boot. You know, you can buy the baseball bats. I've never seen the boot. It's called the cleat. $32, Tom, for a beer.
Good gosh.
What the
I was asking people if they wanted to let me have their boots.
No
I'm going to
lie,
pay
that's the
$32.
only way.
I was walking by. I was like, you going to keep that? I was hoping somebody set one on the trash can. You're going out drunk. Like, I don't want this thing. But I could not acquire a boot. I tried to get us a boot, but I was not going to pay.
Would they not say you won there?
Just the boot?
Yeah.
I didn't ask.
Yeah, that's where I'd have went. Well, $32. Well, I don't need.
Well, they
all
got
this
the beer
stuff
bats. I got that one for the Cardinals right there.
I would have said, look,
for $25.
My kid would like to have one, but he can't drink this.
Yeah, can I? You know
Yeah.
that. So, do y'all remember me telling y'all in St. Louis about the Build-A-Bear bag they wouldn't give me? All right, so if you bought it. They won't give you bags. They got these clear bags. They got this clear bag policy. You're buying all this stuff, but you can't have a bag unless you buy something from their specific store. So I had got an argument with a guy about bags for the second time at a place. I'm like, I spent how much money? I said, ask him to buy the bag, Terry. He wouldn't let me buy the bag. So he was asking about that. I specifically said, can I buy that bag? He's like, no, you got to buy something. I said, well, the cheapest thing in here is $3. How much part of that is that bag? So I can give you $1. I can have just the bag. I'll let you keep the merchandise. They wouldn't do it.
Wow.
Just give you a plastic bag, guys. But no, none of that. Let's see. Tom, this is your cousin out here getting autographs. There's Sleazeball Steve. But there was a sighting. Ricky Vaughn was in the house.
Oh, man.
Where'd he go?
Cool.
In the Braves game, Ricky Vaughn. Or what do you think about the people that show up in other teams' jerseys? I had a whole family of 6. I took a picture of it. I didn't post it for you. A whole family of 6 wearing Cubs outfits.
Oh.
At the Braves. All 6 of them.
Makes no sense, but okay.
Right.
I forgot where they were going.
There were Dodgers fans around us. There was people everywhere. So anyway, there's the Yes Network. All right, got a couple. I did have Tom. I got an umpire question for you and Terry. I got a call of the day. Let me find the call because I'm kind of confused about actually what happened. Y'all might want to clear it up for me. Here we go.
Slow roller. Godley has only one play. It's going to deliver a run. So Diaz. Slow roller. Godley has only one play. It's going to deliver a run. So Diaz with an RBI. And hang on a minute. They're going to call him safe at first. I didn't see why Marty Foster made that call at first base, but he instructed Diaz to stay put, and there's no out recorded. I don't think it's a missing of the bag scenario. It feels more like, I'm not sure here. I beg your pardon. Last year. Slow roller. Godley has only one play. It's going to deliver a run. So Diaz with an RBI. Up with.
What the?
Looking.
I mean, you can't say Godley got in his way right there.
Come on,
That's just looking for something that's not there.
there's no chance of him beating this out.
If anything,
Interference
Diaz
on
is
Godley.
in.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not even in the running lane. He's not even in the running lane. He's supposed to be in the running lane.
Yeah, he should be over. I don't know.
What in the world?
It happens.
I did see an overturned call. At first, the umpire missed it. I thought he missed it as it happened, but he did miss it. So that was that. All right, Chip, here's your daily reminder that Brett Gardner's better than Don Mattingly because he has a 44 career WAR over 42. I've been in a battle this week with these people. The Not Gaetti post, I always post about the WAR being questionable stats, and he posts stuff like this all the time. How do you have, let's see, 700 more hits, 900 more 90 more home runs, 500 more RBIs, 40 points better batting average, on base, slugging percent, better than everything except stolen bases. And I looked it up because they never talk about it. Walks. Walks is the number one thing with WAR. I'm telling you, folks. Gardner has more walks than Mattingly.
That's surprising. Mattingly had a lot of walks.
And so that puts in, that's where you get the better WAR than Don Mattingly. Chip, comment? You're the Yankees fan.
I'm not even going to
I
honor that with a response.
I responded to the guy. The WAR's not a stat. It's a formula. And this kid responded back. And some kid in college pitcher responded back defending the WAR, saying your heroes aren't as good as you guys all thought they were.
My God.
The average player today is better than your best players.
Oh,
then.
my
All
gosh.
because that one little line on there says WAR is got that green dot instead of all those other ones.
Yeah.
I can show you all those other ones, and it doesn't matter to them. So my questions was, I'll show you one more before we go back. How about Nick Punto having a better WAR than Ryan Howard, who Ryan Howard had 382 home runs and Punto has 19. Yeah. Ryan Howard had 1,100 RBIs. Punto has 263. Ryan Howard has 1,400 hits. Punto has 700. And Punto, according to WAR, is better than Ryan Howard, who had an MVP, 3 All-Stars.
I love the caption. It's a flawed stat, Chief. That's it's
correct. That was my point with the guys. Got back and forth with them. Had a big back and forth about that. So whatever. That was just a big thing. Listen, we got to take a break though, JP, and we'll come back and we'll finish up some stuff. We got way behind. I did showing some of that. But we've got to go over some master stuff with Chip. We'll be right back. KDCBroadcasting.com.